Hi, I'm Eric, I film on my phone, and welcome to another video. I did not think when I woke up this morning that I was going to be making this video today, but I am. Taylor Swift is releasing her 8th studio album, which is titled Folklore, and I'm so freaking excited. I don't think I've really explained on this channel enough how much of a stan I am of Taylor Swift. I'm such a Swiftie. If I'm a huge fan of any artist, it's Taylor Swift, and I'm just mind blown that she's doing a Beyonce and pulling a whole surprise album. I get that quarantine has made people do things that they didn't think they probably were going to do pre-quarantine, but it's just really cool that Taylor Swift's hopping on that bandwagon. I've loved a lot of these quarantine albums, and I hope that this won't be any different. I'm filming this outside right now. I'm not filming the whole reaction here, but I wanted to talk to you guys outside just to get the mood for tonight. If you've seen that album cover, it looks amazing. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I have no idea what it's gonna sound like. I've been reading theories all day. It's just mind-boggling what's gonna happen. Funny story is that I was listening to a lot of other artists that I really like recently, like Lorde and Rina Sawayama, and I was like, dang, at this rate, like, Taylor Swift's not gonna be my #1 streamed artist. And then Taylor Swift's like, nah fam. I literally was thinking this yesterday, and today she was like, nah fam, I'm actually releasing the album tonight. And I'm like, and it's the 1-year anniversary of The Archer. Love that song. It was my #1 song on Spotify this past year, with good reason. It's so good. I can't believe we're getting a whole album just a year later for a different project. What? So I will be watching the Cardigan music video. She's releasing a music video at midnight, and I'm going to be a part of the premiere and all that stuff. And that's insanely hard to record, and I don't really know exactly how to record video and put that all in here and make it look good and copyright not go after me. So I'm going to do that on my own, just to get centered and understand what we're dealing with here. And then I will get into listening to the full album, which I'll be doing in our normal location. I am so excited. Is it going to be indie? Is it going to be pop? Like, I read something about dream pop, which sounds incredible, and it's totally something that Swift hasn't done before, but something that she could totally do. I mean, could it be like American Roots? Like, I'm just imagining her going to the Grammys and getting Best Album in a completely different category than her other 2 albums, which of like Best Country or Best Pop. It's not going to be, if it's neither of those, it could be something completely different. I mean, quarantine has pushed us to do completely different things, and I'm really excited to see how Swift's been using her time. Now I'm going to pop down to Future Me, which will be recording the rest of this in just a few hours. I'm so excited, y'all. I'm literally so excited. Hi y'all, it's a couple minutes till midnight. I'm gonna watch the music video really soon. I just want you guys to get the energy that I now have versus like the energy I had a few hours ago. It says the music video is premiering in 60 seconds. I will probably record this, probably won't share it with y'all. It's just for me to get into the spirit of this new era. TS8. Oh my god. Like, this is the closest thing to a live reaction that I think this channel is ever gonna get. I mean, Punisher has been great, and I'm sure I'm gonna have a lot of other reactions soon, but I just didn't expect to have a Taylor Swift reaction this soon. I'm just shook. So, very excited. I'm gonna watch it, and then I will get back to you. So, future me in like 5 to 10 minutes, you'll see me again. So now that we've done all the intro stuff, let's get right into this album. I literally just heard Cardigan and watched the music video. Beautiful. I'm sure I'll have more thoughts the second time around because I really couldn't pay attention to it. It was just, wow, we're in a new era. Without further ado, let's get into this reaction. Track number 1 is The One. Oh, this is already fun. Oh, curse on the first line. Didn't know. So this is not about Joe, it's about someone else, right? Oh, that's a lovely line. Been you, been me a So that was The One. Oh my gosh, this is really the start of a new album. Is this album about her life? I mean, I guess it's called folklore, so is it more about the lore of living in the world? Or is it like her folklore? I mean, I was listening a little bit to Cardigan with the music video and all that, and there were parts of it that I was confused about in terms of whether or not it was about her life. It's a little bit somber. I wonder who she's feeling wistful and like a little romantic about an ex. Is this like a Haler thing, or is it like someone who actually was in her life? Maybe it wasn't. Also, a lyric on The One that I really liked is the painting by number, but we can't count. I think that was the line. I love painting and other just like visual art and fine art references in music because I have a little bit of synesthesia, and just mixing those together is just great for me. I just think that's something that Taylor Swift has always done really well. I don't think she is someone who has synesthesia. I know Billie Eilish does, but I don't know if Taylor Swift does. But the way she writes makes it feel like, to an extent, that she does, or she just can picture all this in her head after all these days. All too well referenced. Sonically, I really like it. I can already imagine me just grooving to it tomorrow. It's just a vibe, and it's just a nice chill, like you're inside, it's rainy or maybe it's too hot outside, and you're just chilling in your room and you're just thinking about your own life and what you hope to do once you're out of quarantine, or what your life was like before quarantine, or what your life is during quarantine. It's just so pretty. I think it was a lot of piano in there. Really pretty. Oh my gosh. Yes. Love that. Thank you so much, Taylor. I know I'm going to say thank you probably 15 more times. So let's get on to the next track. So track number 2 is Cardigan, which I heard once. I saw the music video for it. I had my eyes closed during half of it because I was just melting into it. So let's listen to it again. Dang. I saw that line on the closed captioning, and it was everything. Young, they assume you know nothing. This is so dreamy. It's alternative, but it's definitely like a little bit dream pop, I think. This feels a little fast-paced and more melodic than like a Lana Del Rey album. I know one of the, I think, producers or mixers for Norman effing Rockwell helped out with a lot of the tracks on Folklore. I was your favorite. This is about the same person that she's theoretically singing about in The One. You put me on and said I was your favorite. Like how it just fades out like that. Very pretty. So that was Cardigan, and oh my gosh, hearing it a second time without having to like watch the visuals, it's so pretty. Just like the visuals are so pretty, but this song is just so pretty, and this album is just gonna be so pretty. I can tell it's just gonna be like fun, but like seems like it's gonna be dialed back a little bit, you know, just a little more mellow. No one's in a rush to go anywhere right now, so might as well just chill, just vibe. Like I don't know if there's gonna be any songs that are like, oh, these are the radio hits per se. I mean, Lover, the song itself, wasn't necessarily a radio hit or a song that was meant for like pop radio, but like, I don't know, it still had its like niche, and like this album seems like it's gonna have its niche as well. I'm just not sure if it'll be mainstream. Doesn't matter. I don't care. I'll listen to it anyway. The images on this song are just so captivating. Like dancing in your Levi's, like there's just a lot of color. I remember like it's like the first set just sounds so pretty, and it's just lovely. I need to own a cardigan. I'm not gonna buy the cardigan that Taylor Swift has because it's too expensive, so we're gonna find a cheap one on Depop. Track number 3 is the last great American dynasty, this song is anything like Miss Americana and the Heartbreak Prince, I will love it. That's probably one of my favorite songs off of Lover. So, you know, fingers crossed. Oh, it's faster. I'm getting Kyoto by Phoebe Bridgers vibes. Oh, a story. Oh my god. Mad Woman's in this track later. Oh, is it blaming women? She had a marvelous time ruining everything. Rhode Island, yes. Ooh, I like how she said boys there. Very sassy. There goes the last great American dynasty. I like the rhythm of it. It's a little syncopated. I love Taylor Swift using old terms like marvelous. And then it was bought by me. Oh, shoot. What would it have been? Oh. There goes the loudest woman this town has ever seen. Hell yeah. That's awesome. I love her airy vocals here. It's perfect for it. I love this percussion. So that was the last great American dynasty. And I'm so excited to listen to that again. That and the one are both really good. Cardigan's also so good. Oh my god. The last great American dynasty, it's political. I mean, any song that has American in it right now is definitely going to be probably very political. But the loudest woman this town has ever seen, yes, queen. Thank you for being our resident loud person. We really appreciate it. The non-straights appreciate it. I like that song very rhythmically. It's a little more upbeat, which is more my sound, but it still has this more folky. I said it reminds me of Kyoto from Phoebe Bridgers' Punisher album. Great song. It also reminds me, I think it might be in a similar key to I See You, also off that album, which I also did a reaction to, so you can check that out. But oh my gosh, this album so far is just so different. I remember when I listened to Reputation and Lover, even though Reputation was like obviously like so different from what she had done before, I was like, nope, this makes sense given like all the stuff that she's been through. And Lover is like a return to pop, so that makes a lot of sense. But this sounds like, based on how I picture like with the album cover and how I picture like quarantine music just generally sounding. Although the other quarantine music I think of is Charlie XCX's How I'm Feeling Now. So there's a little bit of a difference between Charlie XCX and Taylor Swift. This is the kind of music I just want to be in a log cabin and I'm okay to be socially distanced, have a mask on, or I guess if I'm just entirely by myself in the wilderness, like that's not as necessary. But wear your mask. I'm getting off track, but this song is like the lovely political message that we want, but in this lovely like folk indie tune that I think a lot more people might listen to rather than her pop music that has similar messages. Track number 4 is Exile featuring Bon Iver. I think it's Bon Iver. I don't really listen to them that much, but I know they're a little more indie, a little more folk, so I'm excited to hear some more. Oh, it's slow. Oh, it's long too. Wow, almost 5 minutes. Love that for me. Gives me the Last Time vibes from Red. His voice sounds similar to Gary Lightbody. Ooh. I was not expecting this. Oh, those images. Very clear, I can think of them. I'm not your problem anymore, so who am I offending? Period. or question mark. Oh, they're gonna do something cool. Like how they're building together. Many times I've seen this film before, and I didn't like the ending. You're my town, now I'm in exile. Her mind. This feels like a second bridge. That's incredible. I love a good bridge. We know Taylor Swift likes a good bridge. So, perfect. Many times. Oh. Let me just harmonize real quick. So that was Exile featuring Bon Iver. I really liked that. I think at first I was a little nervous because I'm not a super slow person, especially when it's a duet. But it sounded really pretty. I don't think it's the everything has changed level from Red, but I think it's very close to the last time level. So I still like that song, and I think I really like it. So stripped back and very minimalist, but it gives me also sad, beautiful, tragic vibes, and there's just certain parts of it that I think, even though it's very minimalist and stripped back, that you'll notice over time as time goes on and you listen to it more and more. So I don't think I can give a full notion on how I feel about it, but I think I like it for now. Track number 5 is My Tears Ricochet, and if you are a true Swiftie, you know about track 5 syndrome. Basically that means, for those of you who are more casual listeners, that the 5th song is always depressing or really sad or very emotional in some sort of capacity, and it's literally called My Tears Ricochet. Use of ricochet in a title, I love that. I love using SAT words. Educate the kids. They can't go to school right now. Anyways, let's get into it. Sounds like it's nice to have a friend. If I'm on fire, you'll be made of ashes too. Oh my god. My tears ricochet. I love that melody. Some to throw, some to make a diamond ring. The dichotomy of rocks. Oh, I like how it's building here now. Oh, did you hear that background? This is a very eyes closed kind of song. I see it very much in a black and white old-timey filter. I like how the percussion ricochets. Now my tears ricochet. So that was My Tears Ricochet. And oh my gosh, track 5 is gonna hit different each album, isn't it? Like The Archer was my #1 stream song last year, and it was incredible, changed my life. This one probably won't change my life, but I still really like this song. It's definitely very eyes closed, and I definitely couldn't catch it all before, but it's also, I feel like a headphones in the dark kind of listen, which is probably how a lot of people are listening to this album originally right now when it's coming out. I like what I could catch. It makes me think a lot about whether this album is a concept album, just because like a lot of the songs have similar messages. It's very emo, it's kind of sad, and obviously like Taylor Swift is probably not happy about Loverfest being canceled or, you know, having to not be out in the world. She's definitely a person who enjoys other people. She's definitely pretty extroverted. I feel like she's definitely very content in her relationship with Joe, and content, you know, with her cats, fighting for justice as we all should be doing. Just to hear these songs, it's so much of a mood, to be honest. Like, it's not the mood I thought I was gonna go into listening to this album, but it's definitely such a mood. And it's like, is this like Taylor Swift, like not impersonating, but if I were a normal folk artist, or if I was James Taylor, this is the kind of music I'd be writing. Like, what is the allure that the album is trying to have for us? Because she's always been a great storyteller, but these stories don't feel like they are originally hers. I guess it's more of this folklore. Is this stories of her family? Is this stories of her that we just don't know about, and details change or details remain the same? Like, I don't know, and I'm excited to find out. Please let me know down below if you guys have any ideas about it. Track number 6 is called Mirrorball. I liked when the instrumentation came in. This is almost like folk disco. Is that a thing? This feels like almost like a 50s dance number. Like, not a rock and roll kind of dance number, but just a little like shimmy. Mirrorball. Just want you to know I'm a mirrorball. I can change everything. Oh my gosh. I think I get it. This is a song about her reflecting what people want from her. She's talking about wearing these highest heels, which is not something that I've heard that women theoretically enjoy doing. It's definitely an expectation put on them by men normally. She's like, I can be anything you want to fit in. Oh my gosh. This is very much almost like an Archer. Like a groovy version of the Archer. They even said horses. Call back to Archer? I've never been a natural, all I do is try. You didn't have to personally attack me, Taylor, okay? So that was Mirrorball, and she just said at the end, every version of yourself. So it's not just that she reflects the people, it's that people project their own insecurities onto other people. People who complain and they're like, oh, she's overrated, or she's untalented, are just the insecurities that people have, that they're not as successful as this amazing songwriter. It's such a groovy track. Like, you just put it on and I could just imagine it being, I have some friends who are really into indie music and they don't really listen to any of the lyrics really. They just like are just like, this is a vibe. And it's like, yeah, like, it's a great song, love it, it's really chill. But if you listen to the lyrics, oh my gosh. I think this one and The Last Great American Dynasty, and the one for that matter, just have a lot of intricacies that in the lyrics themselves, that if you're not paying attention, like, you think that there's gonna be a completely different message. This feels almost uplifting, even though it feels very emo, like when you actually are listening to the lyrics. Track number 7 is 7. I see what you did there, and I'm very glad that you did not put 7 at a different number spot. Also, thank you for putting the 1 at 1 as well. Also appreciated. I already love it. This is a campfire song. I love it. Oh, she's talking faster. Love you to the moon and to Saturn. Love that. I need to go to a cabin right now. Can you just book a log cabin? You should come live with me and let's be pirates. Oh, is she going back to being 7? Her talking about a folk song while singing a folk song. I really like the love for you. I really like how she delivered that line. So that was 7, and wow. I need to listen to that song again. I don't think I caught up on nearly enough images of it. There's a lot there. I can definitely tell. There's a lot there. She's mentioned about like peaking at 7, and like, I guess when we're 7, we just feel like on top of the world. And I know I've tried to keep that childlike wonder and whimsy about me. And I think that's what's really cool about folk music, is that it's very nostalgic. One of the things that Swifties really like about her is that she's able to craft a narrative and feel nostalgic for something we may or may not have experienced. I heard the line that was like, oh, you should move in with me and we can be pirates. And it's like, that's so sweet. And it reminds me a little bit of It's Nice to Have a Friend, in that it was the transformation of a friendship from like kindergarten or first grade to basically being, full-time adult lovers. I don't know, I'm getting warm tingles. Track number 8 is August, which is the 8th month. Thank you for helping my Virgo self. I like the ambience of it. Like, there are instruments, I think, but there's also like some air just there. I like it. August slipped away into a moment of time. I feel like that's gonna be relatable. This quarantine feels so long and so short at the same time. Because you were never mine? What was this about? Joe's still around, right? I see us twisting the bed sheets. I thought you just said something about being in school with this person. Well, you didn't go to college, did you? For me, it was enough. Cancel plans just in case you call. Mine. Never mind. Meet me behind the mall. Ooh, you hear that bass? I think it is. Ooh, there's some, I think, violins there. Thank you to everyone, all the instrumentalists that lended themselves for this. Appreciate it during the pandemic especially, but anytime. This is such a lovely fade out. I like it a lot. So that was track 8, August, and oh my god, I think that might be my favorite. Oh, I like that one, Mirrorball. Those are probably, oh, and the one, oh my gosh, this is gonna be a lot to try to sort out any sort of ranking system, even putting top tier and bottom tier. Is there bottom tier? Is there a bottom tier? Taylor Swift, is there really ever a bottom tier? I really like this song. I guess something I really liked about it is that in folk music, you don't have to always have like this distinct chorus. So I get that she hasn't been doing that for every single song, but with August having that lovely, like, fast-paced August slipped away from like a moment in time or something like that, it just sounds so pretty. But it's also like, it's a little like, it's bittersweet. I think a lot of this album, I guess that's a good word to describe it, is bittersweet. Like, the song sounds so nice and so light and airy, but there's some dark thoughts that she's invoking, and dark memories or dark visions. Are these songs about her? Like, girl, I know it doesn't matter. I know we've been inspecting way too much into your love life and your personal life for way too goddamn long. So I get if you want to make an album that's not really about you. But girl, I'm just curious. We're friends, right? I just really like it. I mean, it's a experience, I guess, that's relatable in the idea of like having someone in your life, either platonically or romantically, that it feels like time flies so much. And then if that person leaves, it's like, boom, all gone. You're like, this whole month feels like it's fake. It doesn't exist anymore. Was it even real? Was it a dream? I think I'm gonna really like it. Like, I can tell, like, I felt like I was grooving into it more than I think most of the songs on this album so far. So I think that's gonna be probably close to the top. Track number 9. We're now halfway through this album. The track number 9 is This Is Me Trying. And that's such a ominous title. I feel like I'm at a train station for some reason. And the shiniest wheels now they're rusting. Oh my gosh. I love this. This is me trying. I got wasted like all my potential. Oh my god. Taylor, are you okay? Oh my god. I know that this reaction is like me just saying oh my god like 30 times. But oh my god. Okay, lyrics. This is me trying So that was This Is Me Trying. I spoke too soon, I think, on August. I do love August, but This Is Me Trying, that might be the song. Wow. Just very pretty. I don't think this is about Taylor's life. That's my guess. So I'm gonna probably stop speculating about, is Taylor Swift okay? I knew when I heard this title, I was like, this is gonna be good. I think this is also gonna be one of the tops. Track number 10 is Illicit Affairs. Call it what you want. You'll be flushed when you return. Taylor Swift. It dies. Oh, I love this part. Anyone else? You taught me a language I can't speak with anyone else. Wow. That was Illicit Affairs, and that was so pretty, first of all. A+ for that. I forget that Taylor Swift does the thing where in the middle of the album, she's like, yo, I'm just gonna sprinkle some of like my best tracks on there, you know, just for fun. Illicit Affairs is, ooh, that's good. You know, you're heartbreaking a million little times because it's like, they never are actually with you. Like, they're just with you like physically. It's not emotional. And, you know, it sounds like Taylor Swift, or the character she's portraying here, is catching feelings, unfortunately for her. Did she say something about you picked out something especially for him? I don't know if that's a bi reference on her, the person she's having the illicit affair with, or if that's a statement about her. Love is love, love is equality, as Taylor Swift has said so herself. You need to calm down. Love this song. Probably is also going to be on my top. Track number 11 is Invisible String. A little banjo-y. Centennial Park. Where is that? This is a little funky. A little bit of Paper Rings vibes with how she's setting up her lyrics. Like the moon was high, like your friends were the night that we first met. We love those metaphors. Tying you to me. Oh. She's saying that they felt, you know, pushed together. That's so sweet. Single thread of gold. Love isn't black and white. It's not burning red. It's golden. Hell was a journey that brought me heaven. False god? That was Invisible String, and I like it. Yeah, it's so nice because it's really sweet. Just, oh, there's an invisible string, you know, tying us together, and that's how we ended up, you know, being together because we were pulled together by this invisible string, and it's golden. First of all, how's it invisible and golden? But that's besides the point. Yeah, it's just really sweet. There's a lot of details, like most of these songs that we've heard so far, I'm just not catching. It's part of, I think, her vocals a lot of times are muffled. Also, she's speaking sometimes pretty fast. And also, you know, when you're a stan for an artist, when their new project comes out, you don't know what the heck you're supposed to do. Like, I'm just like, I feel like I'm sitting here, but like a chicken with my head cut off. And I'm just like, what am I supposed to do right now? Track number 12 is Mad Woman. I'm really interested about this because, first of all, being called a mad woman is an expression of misogyny or sexism. And also, she referred to herself as a mad woman in the last great American dynasty. So I want to know what she says. They strike to kill and you know I will. Okay, period. When you say I seem angry, I get more angry. Period. Move on, but you know I won't. Women like hunting witches too. Women putting themselves against other women. I mean, men do it more. And it's men doing it that cause women to do it for sure. Like a mad woman, you made her like that. Period. I'm taking my time because you took everything from me. Girl, she is angry. She is upset. Ooh, it's getting a little funkier at the end, I think. So that was Mad Woman. Oh my god. This girl dropped an F-bomb in a song. We are glowing up in terms of our language use and how colorful it can be. I love this song because it's another like feminist anthem, first of all, because it's just so, first of all, it's so pretty, so it's catchy in that regard, and it's, even though it's slow, it definitely has like this beat that you can just like kind of vibe to. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Cardigan, but like it's, oh my god, it's just so good. Sorry, let me collect my thoughts for a second. Her saying, oh, what a shame she went mad, that's her impersonating, you know, all the men and women who have internalized misogyny. She's like, yeah, I have like a right to be upset, but I'm also telling this narrative as if I don't have the right to be upset. Because men can get mad. It's okay if you're mad. Paint me out to be bad, so it's okay that I'm mad. And honestly, that's the sequel to No Taxation Without Representation. If you paint me out to be bad, I have the right to be mad. Period. I really like this song. Might be one of my favorites, y'all. Like, there's definitely so many like subtle references, and that's what's really cool about it, is it's subtlety. But if you heard the song and you were listening to any of the lyrics, even just the chorus, like you would be like, yo, this is literally about misogyny. This is about, you know, men being awful people, you know, kill all men. It's just so good. Yeah, that's it. Track number 13 is Epiphany. Can we just... I liked what her voice did there. I just wanted to give a moment of appreciation for all the piano that is in this album. I think since All Too Well and like all the piano versions of certain songs that we've heard, I just appreciate it. I love me some piano. I've just gotten back into it lately. Just piano heavy songs or piano driven songs are just, they're so beautiful. Someone's Daughter. Oh, is this another misogyny track? Like that sound that she just made, so good. Doc, I think she's crashing out. Some things you can't speak about. What is this about? You dream of some epiphany. This is an eyes closed kind of song. I just really, I can't even open them, like really, like they're just so like shut. Oh, I like how her voice went lower that time. That was Epiphany, and I think I liked it. It's definitely something I need to pay attention to. The way that she delivers her vocals, it's kind of hard to like get a whole like clear image in just a couple seconds. So it definitely takes a whole like few measures, probably like 10 seconds before you actually know what she's saying. So that's a little hard to do on a first listen, but I'm sure I'll be listening to it more. About 20 minutes of sleep, but then you think of some epiphany. So is it, you know, one of those late night can't sleep kind of things? Like, yeah, that's really interesting. Is this something more like almost like how she wrote Lover, how she got up in like the middle of the night and was like, yo, I'm just gonna write this album? Is this like introspective, or is this talking to her partner? Or is it, I mean, there's something about someone's daughter, so like could that is there some sexism that I didn't catch? I wonder. I'm going to have to re-listen in order to figure it out. Track number 14 is Betty. Now, I was told that Joe Alwyn's mother is named Betty. The harmonica. Did was what I did to you. The worst thing I ever did was what I did to you. 17. This is a Fearless Arrow kind of song. I ever did was what I did to you. And I go back December all the time. Look back the door, see would you have me, would you want me? Was Betty someone she went to school with? Figment of my worst intentions. Oh my gosh. Last time we heard about a party was, this is why we can't have nice things, and before that moment I knew. Oh my god, we got a key change. Thank God. Thank Taylor Swift. Standing in your cardigan? Okay, that was Betty. When people were saying this gives cottagecore vibes, I was a little questioning about it. I was a little hesitant, a little doubtful, but she just wrote a gay love song. She is so feeding us right now. I got a little bit of chills right there. So it's not about Joe Alwyn's mom. That's my guess. She just is coming up with these lyrics and these vocabulary words, frankly, that like, I was like, I didn't know you could put those in a song, but you really can. And wow, it's beautiful, honestly. I really like that. I'm not really the type of person who likes songs that are about a specific person, but especially considering that I don't think this is based on real experience, but it sounds so pretty. It sounds so tranquil, at ease. You know, love is love. Love is equality. Love is justice. I'm gonna have to listen to that again because I want to hear that whole story without my big mouth talking over it, frankly. Has huge potential to be one of my favorites. Track number 15 is called Peace. Oh, I like that. A little synth moment. It sounds so pretty. Oh, the way she said convictions. It's an eyes closed song. Devils in the detail. But you got a friend in me. Oh. I love these idioms that she's just casually inserting into her songs. You paint dreamscapes on the wall. Okay. I love this instrumental. It's just so pretty. Oh my gosh. You're a child. Okay. Rain is always gonna come if you're standing with me. Trouble's gonna follow where I go. I like the rhythm of the song a lot. Would it be enough I could never give you peace? Trouble will follow her wherever she goes, she says. I like this. It sounds almost like Chinese Satellite from Phoebe Bridgers. That little noise that happens after she says Chinese Satellite. So that was Peace, and that was so peaceful. I got a little New Year's Day vibes a little bit. Like, it's just very peaceful. It doesn't, it can have a ripple, but it's gonna go back to this pond where it's very, not like stagnant, but like very placid, very peaceful, very calm. Remember when we thought Lover could be called Calm? this album could 100% be called calm, because I just feel calm when I listen to it, and then I'm like, oh yeah, then there's Mad Woman on there, and I'm like, oh, maybe a little nod. I'm lacking words to describe it. There's just a certain emotion that it evokes, and I don't think I've necessarily fully felt it before. Taylor Swift really out here bringing emotions we didn't know we had, with a little bit of anxiety at the same time. Almost like the artwork kind of builds over time. Last track on the album, track number 16, which is Hoax. I like how her vocals are very prominent on this track. I like the melody and the rhythm of this piano part. Give me a reason. Shade of Blue. Girl, we know that's Joe. I'm ash from your fire. There was a song a few songs back about fire and ash. Your faithless love is the only hoax I believe in. This is a false god callback. Movie. She mentions movies a lot in this. I guess that's kind of a folk American vibe. I like how she said score. What you did is just as dark. Okay, this isn't about Joe, is it? This is just as hard as when they pulled me apart. Girl, are you okay? Don't want no other shade of blue but you. No other sadness in the world. Oh my gosh. There's a connection between the blue and sadness. Oh my gosh. I think that's the clearest example of it. That was track number 16, our last track, Hoax. And wow, we really just finished a whole new Taylor Swift album. Now, before I get to the whole album, let's talk about Hoax for just a couple minutes. I really liked, what I really caught from it is the blue and sadness connection, because like obviously she was using blue and Lover as a symbol of sadness, but also a blue to symbolize her love for Joe and just Joe as a person. When she's saying no other sadness in the world would do, he's the only shade of blue, or the person is the only shade of blue that they'll have. Like, wow. Is it part of her being like, I don't know if love is real and I still have anxiety all the time? It's a very interesting way to end the album. It seems very sad, which I feel like a lot of this album is like deep down. It's sad, it's nostalgic, but it's sad. This is a really interesting closer. I'll definitely have to listen to it more before I can come up with a full idea on it. So let's get into some final thoughts about this album. This is an album I'm going to need to listen to much more. I can't recall exactly what really most of them sound like, because they kind of blend together. And I think that's something that's really cool about like folk music, is that like you could listen to this whole album and like, yeah, if you're paying attention, you know what song it is, and there's definitely like changes, but it's nice to, I feel like the genre as a whole is just cohesive. Pop album might not always be cohesive, or a rock album might not always be cohesive, but I feel like a folk indie kind of album, especially as much as Taylor has done it, feels very cohesive. I wonder what story she is overall trying to tell, because I don't think I can get that right now. Maybe I'll do a revisit or a re-listen sometime, because I'm honestly really confused. Like, I really like it, and it's not like any dislike or anything. It's just like, this is so different to experience, and it's not the type of sound I think I normally gravitate towards, so it's hard to be like, oh, this is what I should be looking for in this type of song. So I feel like before even listening to this album, I didn't know what to look for. And so now I know at least a little bit more on what to look for. So long story short, I don't really know how the heck I am doing ranking for it, but I am going to put it on the screen now, and maybe this will tell you something. I feel like I said certain songs were like, ooh, I already know I'm going to really like this, because it's this nice calm energy. or it has some really good lyrics. I mean, all the songs have really good lyrics. Who am I kidding? We just need to respect that. Yeah, like they all sound awesome, at least now. So especially when I do a Taylor Swift ranking, it's really like top tier, like wow. The likes are like still pretty good. And then the ones towards the bottom just might be ones that just need more time. Like False God, originally on Lover, was like one of my least favorite. I was like, I don't not like this. And now it's like one of my favorites. This album also feels like it's gonna be such a grower album, just because I feel like a lot of indie music is. Like you vibe to it and you're like, oh yeah, this is a chill song. But now you're like, it's shocking to an extent. So really, yeah, I'm so excited to listen to this project again. I'm sure I will listen to it very soon. It's a long project, and I love long albums. Like Speak Now and Red are like my favorite albums that Taylor Swift has made, and they also happen to be like the two longest basically. So I really appreciate that from her, to just, you know, create a whole long project. I appreciate it, and I can't wait to listen to the lyrics either on or off camera and just see what else she has in store, because this is such a different direction. And I don't know if this is a quarantine thing and then she's going to go back to her normal pop routine, or if she's thinking about going into this direction more permanently. Or, you know, I wonder what TS9 is. And I know that's like very like selfish and self-centered to think of right now. We literally just got fed with this album like a year ahead of when we thought we would get an album. So I appreciate that heavily. I'm so curious about what's going to happen next. I'm very excited. And I can't wait to watch everyone else's reactions, see y'all's reactions in the comments. Just please let me know what you guys are thinking about this, because wow, I woke up this morning and I didn't know that Taylor Swift was going to be dropping an album. And then I found out and I was like, and now I feel in 24 hours that my life is totally different now. If you like this video, please like it. Please comment down below with what you want to see me do next, or what are some of your favorites on this album. Like, I am a true stan. I'm a true Swiftie. I really want to know so much. So please tell me down below, as well as what you also want to see next from me. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already and you'd like to be, and thanks for watching. This is TurtleStormer. Catch you later.
It's storming turtles from out of the sky. Turtles don't need to know why. Just smile big, open your eyes. It's storming turtles from out of the sky. Turtles don't need to know why. Just smile big.